It was surprisingly difficult to find jokes about curling. Apart from making fun of the strange people who willingly gather into freezing arenas to slide over ice, throwing rocks at each other, curling is rather tepid in the comedy area. Not to say that curling isn't funny. Of the jokes out there, curling can be pretty gut-busting. From the 10 Commandments for curlers to curling references in Shakespeare's plays, curling jokes come at the reader from all angles and are sure to leave a lasting impression. Moving through to the Olympics, golf, tennis, hunting, and fishing, you can see Canadian humor knows no limits. No one is spared, not even the glorious men's national hockey team. Question: how can the Canadian men's Olympic ice hockey team hope to win? Answer: play like the Canadian women. We are nothing if not fair and even-handed, we Canadians. Added in for your reading pleasure is a selection of some funny and odd comments from top people in the world of sports. It's surprising what some people will say in the heat of the moment, and professional sports provide a lot of heat. So sit back and enjoy this selection of the funniest Canadian sports jokes. And don't be afraid to laugh at yourself, too. Chapter 1. Hockey. Apology to Americans. I'm sorry we beat you in Olympic hockey. In our defense, I guess our excuse would be that our team was much, 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 much better than yours. By way of apology, please accept all of our Canadian NHL teams, which one by one are going out of business and moving to your fine country. This hour has 22 minutes. Cup Final. Toronto versus Montreal. It's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, Toronto versus Montreal, and a man makes his way to his seat right at center ice. He sits down and notices that the next seat is empty. He leans over and asks his neighbor if someone will be sitting there. "No," he replied, "that seat shall be empty." That is incredible. Who in their right mind would give up a seat like this and miss the final game of the playoffs? The neighbor says, "Well, actually, that seat belonged to my wife. She passed away, and this is the first game we haven't been to together since we were married in 1967. "Oh, I am so sorry. You couldn't find anyone who would want to take this seat?" "No," the man said. "They're all at her funeral." The Leafs have won the Stanley Cup. One day, Satan was out for a walk through hell, making sure things were running smoothly. When he got to the lake of fire, he saw a man sitting by the lake, relaxing in a lawn chair, and was not sweating or looking uncomfortable at all. Perplexed, Satan approached the man and asked, "Young man, are you not hot or bothered by this heat?" The man replied, "Oh no, not at all. I lived in downtown Ottawa, and this weather is just like a typical July day in the city." Satan thought that this was not a good sign, so he rushed back to his office and turned up the heat in hell another 100 degrees. Satisfied with himself, he again returned to the lake of fire to check on the young man. When he got there, the man was showing a few beads of sweat, but that was all. Again, Satan asked the Ottawa native, "Are you hot and uncomfortable yet?" The young man looked up and said, "No, the temperature is just like a hot August day in Ottawa. I'm coping with it just fine." Satan decided that he had to do something drastic to make this man stay in hell unpleasant. He went back to his office, turned the heat all the way down, and then turned up the air conditioning. The temperature in hell quickly dropped well below zero. As he approached the lake of fire, he noticed that it was now frozen over. He also saw the young man jumping up and down wildly, waving his arms and yelling into the air. "This looks promising," thought Satan. Coming closer, he finally made out what the man was shouting. "The Leafs have won the Stanley Cup! The Leafs have won the Stanley Cup!" An Edmonton Oilers fan, a St. Louis Blues fan, a Detroit Red Wings fan, and a Colorado Avalanche fan climbed to the top of Mount Everest. They looked over the edge in wonder. Then the Oilers fan shouts, "This is for the Oilers!" and jumps off the cliff. The St. Louis fan, not wanting to be outdone, shouts, "This is for the Blues!" and jumps to his death. Seeing the trend, the Avalanche fan looks around for a moment. Then he walks behind the